It's what you've been waiting for. It's a little BB update, a Business Bombshells update. Now, I've got probably quite a bit to update about the Business Bombshells because I have laid off them for a bit, haven't I? But today, I thought, in this video, I just wanted to, I wanted to elaborate a bit more on the situation with the effect it was having on people's skin, because I have now had 2 messages from an ex-rep and a rep that was going to be leaving soon, right? That was just before Christmas. I had a message on YouTube from a lady who was given the beauty bundle, and it's talking about what it did to their skin. And this is why I made this video, because I thought, do you know what? How many other people are experiencing similar to these ladies, right? And they're doing like what I read the reps account, and I read the comments on YouTube, and I think to myself, this rep persisted in it. She carried on using it, and how many other reps are doing this, and how many reps are continuing to flog this stuff, right, in whichever way you can. How many other reps are doing that, knowing that it could be harmful? How many? So that's why. So here is the YouTube video comment. And she says, this was 1 week ago. She says, my husband bought me this bundle as one of my Christmas presents. I haven't tried it yet. I found it strange that there are no creams included, just serums. His friends at work fiance has just started selling it and told my husband about it, so he bought it off him. I hadn't heard of it until I opened it on Christmas morning. I hope it's good, as I normally only use expensive, high quality face products. So she's done this kind of face. I'll put it here. Right, I'll put it, try and leave a gap for it to go here. So I'll put it there. So I responded. I was like, please look at the ingredients. Lots of chemicals in there known for skin drying. I've had a few messages of ex-reps who got very dried out skin. Admittedly, they did continue use after they should have stopped. It won't affect everyone, but if you have sensitive skin, you should avoid it. I have another video about it burning a lady's skin. I'd be very interested in hearing your impartial review. Right. So 2 days ago, this was 2 days ago. I used it 3 times and gave up. The micellar water stung my skin, which is unusual as I don't usually have sensitive skin. It's left my skin irritated, which now needs TLC after just 3 uses. My face has come out in a few small lumps, and it seems to have clogged my pores. I haven't even opened the mask, and I won't bother. The mist seemed okay, but I didn't like the micellar water or either of the serums. My husband told me to stop using it and throw it away, as he knew I felt bad because it was one of the Christmas presents he bought me. I would say Primark are better quality than these, if I'm honest. And she put a monkey with the hands. One of the reasons he bought it was the price, as he assumed it would be good quality and knows that I only use good quality skincare for myself and our teenage daughter. I'm shocked at how badly this irritated my skin over such a short time frame. I checked the ingredients and I can't see alcohol listed as an ingredient, but to me it feels like it definitely contains it. This is just how I found, and I do know everyone's skin reacts differently to products, but personally, I'm not a fan. I went back to her and I said, thank you for this honest review. It's not alcohol that's causing the burning. There are several chemicals in it that can cause skin irritation, and I was referring to the micellar water, that's what she said she used, such as sodium benzoate, which is used as a fragrance ingredient and preservative. Then there's potassium sorbate, which has been known to cause skin allergies. The notorious synthetic red dye they use, CI 17200, which is an irritant, and citric acid, another irritant. All these are thought to be fairly mild on their own, but the problem is they're all put in and mixed together, and it turns out they're causing many users to have the same or similar experience as you. You're not the first person who has said this. Apart from the lady in my other video, a second ex-rep messaged me just before Christmas to say skins and bits after continued use. The problem is, being an MLM product, everywhere you go for a review, it's hijacked by the reps, giving it 5 stars. So there is nowhere where you can find out that it could hurt your skin other than my video. What worries me most is how many reps will continue these products even though they're causing them harm. Thank you for taking the time to get back to me. Your short review will really help people. She then contacted me back. I forgot to add that it also has dried out my skin. I used Elemis Nourishing Deep Mask last night to try to improve it, but it had little effect, and normally that mask leaves my skin glowing the following morning. I honestly thought it must be just me to have a reaction over such a short time, so it's good to know that it's not. I've had products in the past cause me a few pimples if they contain too many essential oils, but nothing has ever left my skin so dry, tight and irritated as this. I would hate to think the state my skin would be in if I continued using it. After my first use, I knew I wasn't mad about it, and I thought about giving it to my 14-year-old daughter to see if she liked it. But when I saw how my skin reacted, I definitely won't be giving them to her. They will all be going in the bin, unfortunately. My husband considered buying her a set too for Christmas, but knew I had already bought her products from Clinique and Number 7, so thankfully didn't bother, or that would have been even more money wasted. Right? So, that was a woman who had no incentive to continue. It was a Christmas present that her husband bought. So her husband bought this off some guy he worked with. Said, "Oh, my wife sells this amazing stuff. Your wife's going to absolutely love it. It's all the rage now," he said. And this guy was like, "Oh, bloody hell. Oh, yeah, they're amazing. Your wife won't have got these before." So this poor guy has, handed over his £125 thinking he's onto a winner, given them to his wife. She's there thinking, well, yeah, it looks nice enough. Well, she's looked into it. Most people I've found don't understand about MLM products or MLMs anyway, so she probably didn't think, it's an MLM, won't support that. She started using it, and it's just dried her skin out. It's pimples, dried her skin out, and she's now trying to, after a few uses, get her skin back to normal. Right? So, do you know what? I'm going to read you the message that I got just before Christmas, because it's so long. It's the whole story of how she got involved. I'm just going to skip to the parts where she talks about her skin. So I'll just so she joined up somebody she knew from an old job. She's got a little boy. She suffers from depression and anxiety, and her boyfriend even commented on how much happier she seemed to be since joining the Business Bombshells. She couldn't afford the business bundle at first, so eventually she was still telling people on her social media it was amazing, even though she hadn't used it. In the end, her boyfriend bought her one as a gift, an early Christmas present, and she was really excited. She started using it, and she goes like this. "I tried the product almost straight away. First the mask, which was okay at first, but then started tingling. I assumed it was because I hadn't prepared my skin first, and I didn't leave it on for long. I didn't leave it on for longer than 7-8 minutes. My skin was slightly softer, but I wonder, was I just telling myself that at the time? I didn't expect much change at that point. That night I did the micellar mist and PM serum. My skin tingled, a couple of typos, I guess. She's put my sun tingled. My skin tingled slightly, but I remember lying there thinking about the serum soaking into my skin and how much good it was doing. However, the next morning my skin felt tight. I really did get the urge to put my normal moisturizer on it. But if I did that, I'd never get the full benefit and people would never see the great results and my skin glowing. So I continued with the correct routine, which again tingled, but I thought it was all the good stuff really getting into my skin and doing good. But no amount of trying to convince myself was changing the fact that my skin did not appear to be actually benefiting from it. I asked around and beep and beep both said the tingling was a good sign, and beep, this was her upline. So yeah, this person beep was her upline. So the upline said that with all the natural oils and that my skin had only ever known natural products, that OVS, I couldn't expect everything to just be fine overnight. My skin needed to go into detox, which had now started. So I carried on, and that evening I posted pictures of the products and pictures smiling with the pink face mask on my face, which I'd pre-cleansed with the micellar water, telling everyone what a game changer it was. I actually got a few likes. The next day, however, was a different story. I can only describe my skin as feeling chapped, like dry lips. Again, I was told this was normal, but perhaps reduce the amount of product I was using. I hadn't been using much, to be honest. I was very conscious of not wasting it because it was so expensive. Actually, a bit of micellar water dropped into the sink and I soaked it up on the cotton and rubbed it on my face. That's how much I didn't want to waste any. Anyway, literally my skin just didn't get used to it after nearly 2 weeks, and my boyfriend commenting on it, even saying that he didn't think it was good for me, and he hardly ever notices stuff like that. I was in so much denial. I had an argument about how he had no idea how skin worked. At this point, no joke, my skin was in bits. But I was so obsessed with the idea that it was detoxing, and after it had detoxed, I was going to sell loads of bundles, and blindly persisted. All the pictures I posted to Facebook were filtered. I carried on for 1 week longer before I had no choice but to use my old moisturiser again, which honestly felt so good. I have never told anyone in my team that I've stopped using the bundle and for what reason, as I know it will upset and disappoint them. Sad they have been amazingly supportive, and I know they'll tell me I need to persist, but it just did not agree with my skin at all. Oh, and I still have not sold a bundle yet. But to be honest, I haven't been trying recently, as I know it's pretty much out of pretty much everyone I know's price range, and they would laugh if I suggested buying it on credit. And she goes on. She hasn't left yet, but she, it's on the cards. So that was another rep. That was a rep, and this is the worrying thing. Persistently using this stuff on her skin, because they're telling her that the skin's detoxing. Skin doesn't work like that. It doesn't detox. Skin does not detox. If something that you're putting on your skin is drying it out, stop using it. If it's tingling, stop using it, right? And I just want to know how many more ladies like these there are. There's one lady, that's a second rep. That is a second rep. But so far, 4 people have been in touch with me to tell me about this happening to them. 4 people, 2 are reps to tell me that this is happening to their skin. 4 people. How many is this happening to? All the Think Dirty sponsorship ads, you can buy as many as you like. But the reality is, it's not tested on animals, right? Because I'll tell you what would happen if it were tested on animals. What would have happened was they'd shave the rabbit's head or back, they would put this stuff on, and they would see that in some rabbits it caused irritation. That was what they would find if it was tested on animals. Now, I'm not for a single solitary second suggesting things should be tested on animals. I think everything should be tested on humans, human volunteers. That's what I think. But the problem with this is, this were a product sold in Boots. What would happen was, if people were buying this off the shelf in Boots, a product that said made for all skin, legal action would have been taken against Boots by now over this, I believe. Or you would have just had that many people bringing it back and complaining that they would just recall the product. They would send it back to the manufacturer. They would never buy that product again and sell it on to people. Never. Never, ever, ever. And nobody would buy that product again, because nobody No, neither of those people that have ever used the beauty bundle will use it again. Those reps are not going to touch it again with a body product, and they're not going to recommend it to anybody, right? So how, this bundle has been sold by people who have to buy it for the pyramid scheme. For the pyramid, they have to buy it, don't they? They have to buy it because they can't be in the Business Bombshells if they don't buy it. How many women have had their skin hurt and damaged by the beauty bundle? How many? How many? Right? How many? Because it's two there. Now, I didn't mention, but in that lady I just read out, she discussed how her friend, the teammate, another person sort of level with her on the team, was going to do because they couldn't make sales. Like they can't sell this. Listen, the lady in the video, she bought one in the My Skin's Burning video. And that woman, her husband bought it. I mean, the unsuspecting husband bought it because the man at his work said it was amazing. So he bought it. But you cannot sell these on the scale that you need to. I mean, do you remember that video in my first one where there's Sophie telling people how amazing it's going to be, and if they can sell 20 bundles in a month, what they could earn? You can't. I mean, we're not... Listen, I don't want to insult people, but a lot of people who get involved with these MLM pyramid schemes are people who are not doing well financially. And these people do not have a big circle of rich friends. They don't come from rich communities. They don't. They're ordinary people. They're ordinary people. And ordinary people don't spend that money on skincare. They don't buy premium skincare. They buy middle-of-the-road skincare. And if they're going to buy premium skincare, it needs to be tried and tested and have a premium label on it, not a label no one's ever heard of. So do you know what people are doing? And I mentioned this before, but I thought that it would be amusing to just show you the reality. People are putting it in the most repulsive small containers. And I'm going to stop it because I'm just going to play a video. Play a video now. So here we see, I'm going to go through the examples of the examples of the samples, right? So here we go. Somebody's got these cards here to the one side, and they have put together, and I don't know what quantities they've put in here, but it's just like how skanky that looks. That's just so skanky. They just put pink stickers on in their house and written it on with biro, written it on. They're going to they're going to sell those to somebody. They're not giving these away. These are for sale, right? Let's go across. Look, this is it in a bag. There it is. It's in a bag there. That is so skanky. I mean, look at that. I suppose that's like a glitter bag. I mean, just look at that. Would you want to receive that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to receive that. If somebody gave me that, I would never use it. And if they asked me if I'd ever used it, I would say yes. But I never would. Never use that. Awful. Okay, here's one in a little box. Look, they've bought a little box for this one and cut out some Christmas paper. And what they've done with... Oh, gosh, it's so skanky. It's so skanky. God's sake. So look, they've placed, there's a little black box, they've placed some Christmas paper, and they've got these little, and they've printed it off on computer paper. They've cut around it with their scissors and they sellotaped it onto the side. Look at that. Look, they've even got the scissors there in the corner. Look, and there, look, there's the container that they've used. Look at this skank. Look, they haven't even, look, they had scissors, right? The scissors are there. But instead of using them, they've just ripped it. Look. Hey, thank you so much for your order. Enclosed are all the products which would be in the beauty bundle. Step 1, micellar water. Step 2, mist. Step 3, oil. Don't forget to tag us in your pictures, Instagram. Oh, I won't say what they are. I'll blank that out. But yeah, I mean... Goodness me, there isn't the face mask in there, but she's selling that. Somebody's bought that. Somebody's bought that. How many even paid for that? For goodness sake, that skanky box. Let's go, carry on.
I mean, look at this. Goodness me. It's just so skanky. I mean, look. What I don't understand is they've taken a picture of that. Why didn't they just use a flat piece of paper? Why don't they have a nice flat piece of paper? Why have they got this creased piece of paper? Look. Step 1, the instructions. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Use the mask when needed. I recommend. I love. I'm not saying it. Make sure she puts a lollipop in there. I mean, these are different containers to the other ones, but for goodness sake, look at the state of that. Absolutely awful. Awful. Should we be selling that? These are not samples, everybody. These are not samples, right? These are smaller quantities that they're decanting in these skanky little containers that nobody knows where they come from. Nobody has any idea the hygiene practices in their home. And they're selling them on to people. They're selling them on to consumers. God's sake. Look, she's actually got this on Marketplace. Got this on Marketplace. She's selling this officially through Facebook. Look. And look at this, right? So she's written on the AM and PM, but she's had stickers made up. She's had stickers made up to put on those ones. Goodness me. Go across. Look, this is as official as it gets. I'm not going to zoom in on this because I'm going to blur her name out, but goodness me. Stickers. I mean, this is a more professional looking one. This doesn't look as skanky, but you know, you have no idea if they've been contaminated. None. So skanky. Look. Stickers. There we go. It's awful. Awful. Look at this one. Look, she's showing where she's taken them out of and she's put them in these smaller ones. This lady. These are just desperate women. They don't even bother with labels on that one. It's like a little skanky pink pot. Look at it. It looks like it's all skanky around the edges. Can you see? Ugh. I just feel sick. Imagine put that somebody's used a bit. Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible. Look at this one's another lady. Oh, look, she's put some love hearts in there. She hasn't printed these off herself. She's used little stickers. She's tried to be quite neat. The presentation on there, like this lady's tried to be really neat. See? They're selling these. You see this, Sophie? And look at this one's like really gone for it. This one, she's got them all ready to go. Look, that's how many she made out of all those, the whole, so the beauty bombshell, the beauty bundle, sorry, she was able to do all of these. You see? Goodness me. Who would buy this? Who would want to buy this? Skanky. She's got stickers on hers as well. Look. Stickers. You see, they had stickers made up. Stickers made up. Stickers made up of it all. Look at this one. She's got loads. Look at this. She's got bags full. Beauty bundle. Little mini beauty bundle. She hasn't put any labels on hers. But, so skanky. Goodness me. Another one. Stickers. Stickers on this one. Look. There you go. You see this, Sophie? Can you see this? Can you see what your business bombshells have resorted to make any sales whatsoever? God almighty. Look. She's used a different kind of pink container for hers. I guess they're just getting them wherever they can. They're just sourcing these things wherever they can. Look. Skanky. It's just, the stickers won't even stick on properly. Goodness me. Goodness me. That's the last one. There you go.
You see that? So those skanky little bottles, that's what people are being reduced to. That and raffles. Raffles, illegal raffles. All raffles are illegal, unless you're a charity or unless you're running the raffle as a charity. Somebody, the rep that shall not be named, I get sent screenshots of her private group where she has raffles that are reported at such a rate that she has now resorted to calling her raffles waffles. She calls them waffles. There you go. I'll show you an example there. More waffles. And she has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. She can fill those raffle places. But unless you've got that, no one is even interested in joining your waffle or your raffle or whatever you want to call it, which are illegal. I think she put on, I was sent one of the screenshots where she was explaining to people how she couldn't understand why her raffles were being taken down, because they were not for profit. They were not for profit. She thinks that she can have raffles because they're not for profit. So just a quick one, and I'm going to end this video because I perhaps could have dragged my 5-year-old in front of the camera to explain this, but I'll explain it because I don't want to embarrass anyone. Something that's not for profit does not mean that it's something that you're not making a profit on. A not-for-profit, something that's not for profit, is run as a campaign or by a charity, an organisation that is not for profit. Not a one single raffle that you don't make a profit from, right? Because your raffles are for profit. Because when everybody puts the money in your raffle, right, it gets sent to Sophie Hughes. Do you understand? So Sophie Hughes makes a profit from it. Sophie Hughes does not give your waffle money to charity. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you wanted to get away with this raffle, what you would do is you would have a prize of a business bundle, a beauty bundle, and you would run it on behalf of a charity. You would run it on behalf of Women's Aid or Cats Protection or whatever. And you would run it and you'd say that all of the proceeds would be going to that charity and they would get the beauty bundle as a prize. Right, that's how your charity would be legal. Other than that, it's completely illegal. And you need to know that. That's why they're getting, and it doesn't matter if you keep calling them waffles, they're still illegal. Goodbye.